There's a big question mark over the Delhi Commonwealth Games tonight. 8 countries have written a joint letter to the Indian organisers, giving an ultimatum on security and hygiene, or they won't be attending. New Zealand has joined Canada and Scotland in delaying its team's departure for the Games. And here, the federal government says it has advised that there's a high risk of a terrorist attack in the Indian capital. More from our correspondent Jane Cowan in New Delhi.
This is the image India wanted to project to the world, but things have veered way off script. The Indian Prime Minister Manmohan Singh has just summoned his ministers for an emergency meeting. The pressure's been building all day, with New Zealand joining Scotland and Canada in delaying the arrival of its athletes. 2 Canadian archers have pulled out altogether.
It's sad to see them go. And not be able to compete with us. It'll definitely put a dent in our team round.
Pretty upsetting that India hasn't got their act together in time, and I don't want to be a part of living in that kind of atmosphere.
The Australian government is increasingly worried, adding warnings about poor construction to its existing travel advice.
And while security in India is ultimately a matter for the Indian government, we have also boosted the number of officials we have in New Delhi, and we have others on standby.
Well, I have 2 adult children. They would make their own decision. As for the one who is a minor, my attitude as a parent would be to look carefully at any changes to the advice in the week ahead.
The Australian architects involved in some of the Games' construction say they're unsurprised by the pedestrian bridge collapse. They say they went to India with modern ideas, but found a workforce stuck in the 19th century.
I think India, at the last minute, just pulls it together and gets it done. So I hope this is the case in this instance.
A local newspaper survey has found 97% of Indians believe officials have tarnished the country's image with their handling of the Games. Most respondents believe India never should have bid for the event in the first place and think the situation is now impossible to salvage.
A Games in doubt, a country's superpower ambitions in jeopardy. Jane Cowan, ABC News, New Delhi.